Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a good day. This time we'll be looking at a really beautiful chess game by one of my favorite players. We have Paul Morphy with the white pieces against Duke Carl with the black pieces. So Morphy starts the game with e4, and like Bobby Fischer says, 1 e4, best by test. Puts a pawn in the center and frees up the space for the pieces and try to develop as fast as possible. e5 by black, probably the most famous reply to e5. Then we have knight f3, attacking the pawn on e5. We have d6, the Philidor defense, defending the pawn. One of many ways to reply to this move. Probably knight c6 is the most played nowadays. So we have d6, the Philidor defense, and then Morphy just strikes in the center immediately with d4. So you don't want to go into things like takes, and queen takes, and you have to take with the king and you can't castle anymore. So black chooses to pin the knight with bishop g4, and you are indirectly adding more defense to defending this pawn since you are pinning the piece that's attacking the pawn. Morphy chooses to take first, and of course, if you take, then you will walk into this line again. So black chooses to play bishop takes on f3 first. Now your queen is attacked. Queen takes on f3, the most logical move to just take back the piece, and the queen is hitting f7 for the moment. And black just takes back. Now we have these two pawns in the center, and the queen is on f3. Immediately white plays bishop c4, and now we have both the queen and the bishop hitting f7 with a big threat of mate in one on f7. So now you need to deal with this threat. Black just develops a piece and blocks the access of the queen to the f7 square, defending the checkmate, and immediately adds more pressure. Like Morphy keeps on adding pressure again and again with every move. Queen to b3, attacking f7 now with both the queen and the bishop, at the same time attacking b7. So now you have to deal with these threats, and obviously you can't defend both of them at the same time. Black puts the queen on e7, defending this pawn and leaving this pawn undefended for the moment. And as we all know, Paul Morphy is an attacking player. He's going to value his development of pieces rather than just grabbing a pawn. So we have knight c3, developing a piece, and there is still this pressure on the board. Now we have c6, so black thinks that by c6 now he solved all of his problems. This pawn is defended, this pawn is defended, everything is okay. And Morphy just keeps on developing more pieces, bringing more pieces into the attack. Now we have bishop g5, pinning the knight, so this knight can't move right now, and black will definitely needs to try to relieve some of this pressure. Now we have b5 by black, attacking this bishop, like saying this bishop is really annoying, I want you to just go back. Instead of going back, Morphy chooses to sacrifice the knight, sacrificing a knight for two pawns and to completely open up the position on the black king. Knight takes on b5, and then c takes on b5, bishop takes on b5 with a check. And then black just chooses to play knight d7, blocking the check with the knight. And now we see that this knight is absolutely pinned. This knight is pinned to the queen, so it's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable for black. When there is a pinned piece, you just want to add more pressure to the pinned piece, so Morphy chooses to long castle. Now you have a rook on d1, adding more pressure on d7. Black chooses to play rook d8 to add more defense for the knight, because as we can see, this knight is attacked twice and is only defended by the king and the queen since this knight is pinned. Rook to d8, defending this knight, and Paul Morphy chooses to sacrifice the rook, because now if you take back like this rook is still pinned. So you have a pinned piece on the board. What should we do? Add more pressure to the pinned piece, bringing the other rook into the game. Rook d1, adding more pressure on the pinned rook on d7. And now Morphy chooses to play queen e6, offering a queen trade At the same time, this knight is not pinned anymore now, so this rook is technically defended by this knight. So what do we have now? Bishop takes on d7 with a check and attacking the queen at the same time. And since this knight is not pinned anymore, knight takes on d7. So it looks like black solved all of the problems. The knight is not pinned anymore. There is no bishop on the board, and maybe you can get ready to develop and castle as soon as possible. But sadly, there is a checkmate now on the board. Feel free to pause the video and try to find the checkmate on your own. Small hint, this includes a queen sacrifice. So the move by white is queen b8, check. The king is in check and has no squares. The only move is to take the queen, but this opens up the file for the rook. Rook d8, checkmate. Such a beautiful checkmate by Paul Morphy and such a beautiful game. After all, you only have a rook and a bishop left, delivering checkmate to the black king surrounded by all of its pieces almost. I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I really enjoy looking at this game. I mean, no matter how many times I look at this game, it always gives you some joy to see such beautiful games by Paul Morphy. Have a great day, guys, and see you in a new video and new amazing game.